The following program has been generously funded by the Patterson Foundation.
Hello there, my friends. It's time for another episode of This Book is Cool. My name is Beth Duda, and I'm the director of the Suncoast Campaign for grade level reading. We're so happy you're with us today. We are going to be featuring a book that I think a lot of you will be familiar with. It's a book called Corduroy, and it was written and illustrated by Don Freeman. We have a special guest with us today to talk to us about the book Corduroy. Our guest is Laurie Miller.
Hi, Beth.
Hi, Laurie. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
We are delighted to have you with us today. So we're featuring this cool book, Corduroy, and I know it's a book that you're familiar with. What are some of the reasons why you think the book Corduroy is cool?
Well, one of the reasons I think this book is cool is because it's just such a feel-good story. You know, it shows all these small details of kindness and action, like Lisa sewing Corduroy's button back on, or even just the little bed that's just the right size for Corduroy in his room. I just love all those small details.
There's also an adventure in the book, too. What's one of the adventurous times in the book that you really like?
Well, I think one of my favorite parts with adventure was this nighttime adventure that Corduroy goes on through the department store. He's looking for his button, and while doing so, he's taking in all these new sights to see and things to see. And as a night owl myself, I can definitely relate to wanting a nighttime adventure.
I love that you said night owl. I'm hoping all of our friends know what that means. That's someone who likes to be up at night. And I have to admit, I'm an early bird. So I like to be up first thing in the morning. I love the way people can be different, but have things in common. So I want to show a picture quickly to the audience so they understand what we're talking about with Corduroy's missing button. Can you see on his overalls, he's supposed to have 2 buttons? But he only has 1. And so he has to look all over the place for his missing button. And somebody helps him. And who is it that helps him?
So it's a little girl named Lisa, and I really love that character so much because even though he is missing a button and he's not, the perfect toy like the other toys on the shelves, she still chooses him, and she wants him just the way he is, which is what we all want, acceptance of how we are.
I love that point that you made because we do have affection for other people and love stuffed animals, even when they're not perfect. I have a niece who has a stuffed animal that she's had ever since she was a little baby, and now she's in her 20s. And to us, the stuffed animal looks kind of beat up, and it looks a little dirty, and it's missing some parts. But to her, it's the most beautiful stuffed animal in the whole world. I know.
That's sweet. I have a teddy bear like that too.
You do?
Yeah, I think that's why I could identify with this. And, my favorite part, the ending, because Lisa and Corduroy have both been wanting a friend, and now they have one with each other. And I had a special teddy bear friend when I was a kid, so I found that really sweet and relatable.
Very nice. Now, Lisa, she wanted her mom to buy Corduroy for her. Is that right?
That's right. And, her mom didn't buy Corduroy, and instead she returned the next day with money from her own piggy bank. And, she was patient and persistent, and I think that's a truly boss move for a kid to make, Beth.
I do too. I do too. Do you remember one of the very first things you had saved up your money for and that you bought by yourself?
I think it was music, actually.
Very
At the
cool.
time, it was tapes, actually.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, I think when you save up your own money and you're able to buy something that you really want and you can buy it with your own money, it gives you a sense of pride and it makes you love that thing even more. Yeah.
Sure, it's empowering to get behind something and want it so badly that you put in the time and effort to make sure that you can have it.
Well, thank you for sharing your love of corduroy with us. I'm going to share some words for our word bank with the audience and also talk about some activities that we'll be able to do. I want to thank you for your time.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much, Beth, and thank you so much, everybody. I really hope that you guys enjoy this book as much as I do. It's super cool.
I really enjoyed talking to Laurie about the book Corduroy. Wasn't it interesting that she had a stuffed animal that she really loved when she was young? I also really enjoyed when she said that we sometimes love objects when they're not perfect. And that certainly is the case with Corduroy, because even when he was in the store, he was missing a button. But over time, Lisa was able to fix it for him. We do have some great words for our word bank from the book Corduroy. The first word for our word bank is department. Department. A department is a section of something larger, like in a store. If you go to a store like Target or Walmart, they have departments for home goods, departments for clothes, departments for shoes. Another word for our word bank is the word carefully. Carefully means going slowly, trying to avoid any trouble or mistakes. Another word for our word bank is the word escalator. Escalator. Escalator is a moving staircase. So you can just stand on the stair and it takes you up. Escalator. Another word for our word bank is the word palace. Palace. Palace means a large or a splendid house, very much like a castle. We can add the word mattress to our word bank. Mattress. Mattress is the soft part of the bed that you can sleep on. Mattress. Our final word for the word bank is customers. Customers. Customers are the people who are looking or buying things in a store or online. That makes them the customers. We have a wonderful activity for our book today. Laurie and I talked about how Corduroy was missing a button. And our activity today is all about buttons. Look at all the buttons that Sam put on this board. He used glue and he made all of the buttons make the shape of his name. S-A-M. Sam. You could use buttons to write your name on a board. Of course, if your name is very long, you'll need a very large board and a lot of buttons. Or you could just use 1 or 2 buttons for every letter and draw in the rest of them. We hope that you will take the time to use some buttons or pictures of buttons and write your name for us. If you do, we'd love for you to take a picture of it and you could send it to us so we can see it. Send it to connect@grade-level-reading-suncoast.net. That's connect@grade-level-reading-suncoast.net. We hope you'll also think about sending us your very own episode of This Book is Cool. You can select a book that you really like, and then tell us 4 or 5 reasons why you think the book is cool. Remember to include some great words for our word bank, and if you can, think of an activity that goes along with the book. You can send your episode of This Book is Cool to us at connect@grade-level-reading-suncoast.net. Well, it's time to go, but I hope you'll join us again soon. We'll be featuring another book that you're sure to think is cool. Bye.